Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Laster here from the Wood TV Live Desk. Happy Friday. Emily Skydema joining us. Emily, happy Friday to you as well.
Happy Friday, TGIF.
Yes, ma'am. Let's take a look here, ladies and gentlemen, at the radar. What do we have here, Emily, as we head into our Friday night?
Yeah, so this morning we woke up to some snow, obviously. A lot of areas actually ended up canceling school because we had that widespread 1 to 3 inches of snow on the ground.
GRPS, which was a surprising one.
Yeah, some big districts definitely shut down school, and we've warmed up so much. A lot of that snow has already melted, but we do have more snow heading toward us. So notice we have that band that's over Wisconsin, and that is moving in our direction. I don't think that will be quite as significant as what we woke up to this morning, but we could still see a quick inch of snow later on this evening into tonight. And after that, it's going to be the lakeshore area that we focus on for the weekend, because those spots have a good chance of seeing some lake effect snow, and that could add up to a fair amount.
I always like seeing when it's a little colorful there on the radar.
I do too. Yeah, we have some green on there, and I think that's kind of an indication of warmer days ahead. Today felt warm, that's for sure.
It did.
We just had the snow to start the day.
It was just a lot of, it was a bearable snow, you know.
Yep. It's always nice when it snows and then melts away really quickly, so the roads aren't too bad for most of the day.
Let's hop over into some graphics that we have here, Emily. Kicking off our weekend with that 4-day forecast.
Yeah, so today obviously was warm. We had temperatures around 40 degrees. I want you to pay close attention to that chance or that temperature overnight, because we are forecast to drop back down into the teens. So we had that band of heavy snow this morning, then that snow melted, and we are looking at a good freeze overnight with temperatures obviously well below freezing. So be careful as we head into the evening hours, into the early morning hours tomorrow, because temperatures won't be getting above freezing, and I would expect there to be plenty of slippery spots on the roads just because we had all that melting that is going to freeze again. Saturday, we're looking at temperatures around 20, a lot cooler than today. This weekend in general is going to be a lot cooler, with temperatures in the upper teens to around 20 degrees. Monday, we start to rebound, but the biggest story this weekend will just be the cold and then that chance of seeing some lake effect snow.
Emily, a couple questions here rolling in. Let's get some specific areas here knocked out. We have Heather. Heather's one of our consistent viewers there from Holland. Let's talk Holland.
Yeah, so Holland, I actually think, could see a fair amount of snow through the weekend. One of those areas that might be in the setup to see some of those heavier lake effect snow bands roll through. So it looks like 3 to 6 inches possible, and that's from now through Sunday. It's not going to be falling all at once, but I do think Holland will be in that 3 to 6 inch range. And actually portions of Allegan County, Van Buren County will go under a winter weather advisory starting at 7 p.m. today, and that will carry over until 7 p.m. tomorrow. Looks like that time frame is when we could see some of those heavier bands of snow moving through.
Heather, thank you. Let's get to Newaygo now, too, as well, Emily. This one from Debbie.
Yeah, so I don't think Newaygo is going to see as much snow. Closer to Ludington by the lakeshore, we could be in that 3 to 6 inch range. But for inland areas, it doesn't look like this weekend is going to be a high impact event, maybe an inch or two of additional snow. This evening, we still have that chance of seeing some snow, but Newaygo is certainly not going to see as much shovelable snow as areas by the lakeshore.
Debbie, thank you. We have some hellos here. Ethan, Seth, thanks for watching. Emily, let's hop into our next graphic here and take a look at our Futurecast now.
Yeah, so this takes you through Saturday at 3 p.m. and notice that areas like Grand Rapids, Hastings, Ionia, Greenville, not forecast to see very much, should be less than an inch. But once you get closer to the lakeshore, that's where, as we know and love in Lake Michigan, we have that chance of lake effect snow. And in this graphic, you can see that this forecast model really paints some heavier snow bands through areas like Allegan County and Van Buren County. So even Holland in this forecast model, not expected to see as much, but keep in mind, we'll have more snow coming through the weekend, and where those bands set up is so variable. Regardless, 3 to 6 inches, maybe 2 to 6 inches along the lakeshore does look possible by the end of the weekend.
Emily, I have a question for you. Looking at like South Haven there with that 4.7, forecasting that small of a deep blue like that, of that snow, kind of what goes into something as tight and specific as that area?
Yeah, and that is definitely the trick. So with this graphic, this is model output. This is from a forecast model called the HRRR. And so this is actually generated by a computer. So when we're forecasting a storm teammate and we draw our own polygons, you kind of have to broaden it out a little bit. So the verbiage there is that areas like Holland, even though on the model output it says 0.6 inches, they're more in that range where we could see a little bit more than that. So areas along the lakeshore, that's always the tricky trickiest part because the way those lake effect snow bands orient, you have such a steep snowfall gradient. So even though South Haven, it has 4.7 inches there, keep in mind that band of heaviest snow could easily shift up to the north, or it could easily shift down to the south. That's just the nature of lake effect snow.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then moving to our Futurecast for Sunday now.
Yeah, so I want you to notice we are right in the core of that coldest air.
That purple.
Yep, that deep purple that we know means cold is coming. Temperatures this weekend should only be in the upper teens to around 20, and it will likely feel a little bit cooler than that. So this weekend is going to be a cold one, but just off to our west already from this graphic, you can see that some heat is building back in, and that core of coldest air is going to move back out, and eventually we'll see that warmer air start to build in.
And then we have one, speaking of warmer air, this one from Arthur. He says, hey, from Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man.
Speaking
Puerto
of
Rico,
the warm
thanks
air.
for tuning in from Puerto Rico. And also, I think we're all a little bit jealous of what I'm thinking you're feeling right now in terms of weather.
Arthur, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Now into Wednesday, looking ahead a little bit.
So notice we have that core of coldest air that has moved off to the east, and the warmer air starts to build in at that point. So we'll really want to keep our eyes on the forecast for the middle to end of next week. It does look like we'll see a brief warm up with temperatures potentially making it into the mid 40s, but things will cool down after that. And Wednesday evening into Thursday and Friday, it looks like we could have a pretty messy storm system heading our way. And just to be upfront, it's probably going to be a very difficult one to forecast because it looks like we'll have that band of rain and snow, kind of that barrier line, moving right through West Michigan. So the end of next week, as temperatures start to warm up, I think some of West Michigan could see some heavy rain. Some of West Michigan could see some heavy snow. We may have to be talking about freezing rain. So a lot of forecast details to work out, still a week away, but certainly stay with us through the weekend into next week as that event gets closer, because it does have the potential to be maybe not heavy snow for everyone, but certainly a messy event.
Emily, I'm going to bring back that Saturday Futurecast here. Just to kind of, we have a couple of locations here from viewers. I want to put one up, just Coopersville. Just talking about that one. Yeah,
Coopersville could see a little bit more, but I think you're far enough away from the lakeshore that you won't be seeing the most of the snow. Through the weekend, I would say probably an inch or even less than that.
Excellent. Thank you, Janine, and thank you, Emily. Emily, what can we expect here as we head into 5 and 6 today?
Yeah, so Matt and Ellen will have some fresh snowfall maps for you, not just the model output. They're up there chugging away and making some more maps, so you'll be able to pick out some more of those locations on the snowfall map through the weekend. Again, not expecting a ton inland, but for the lakeshore areas, you'll certainly want to tune in. Again, Allegan and Van Buren County do have that advisory. And then something I've been working on today, actually, is that the National Weather Service radar in Grand Rapids is going down for 2 weeks as they start to work on some repairs. So it's certainly necessary that these repairs are getting done, but I was able to talk to a warning coordination meteorologist at the National Weather Service today just about what that means for us, why we need these improvements, why it's better to do it now and not in the heart of severe weather season, things like that.
Very exciting. Yeah. We'll be on the lookout for that one.
Perfect.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, attached to the stream, it'll take you over to woodtv.com with the forecast there. This has been a look at the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm News 8 digital anchor Luke Lasser with meteorologist Emily Skydema. Have a great weekend, folks, and we'll see you again on Monday.